All right.
Okay. Hello, it's Dilly.
And JJ.
Welcome to another Dusty Voice Note. This is our 2 to 5 minute shortcast where we'll break down the main topics from our weekly posts. Today's topic is burnout in my late 20s and what I'm doing differently now in my 30s. How do you recover from your burnout?
Once I sleep, man, that's just a great reset. That just does it for me. Maybe something about my favorite drink place. I get nice drinkity,
Mm.
nice bev. Not necessarily alcoholic. Just a cute little fruit juice bev, and maybe a Sammy and a nap, and I'm able to sleep throughout the night. It usually just resets everything for me. So luckily, I don't have to do too much.
Wow, wow, wow. Love that for you. I'm slightly
I
different. I think my burnout was for maybe like a year long, a year and a half long.
would ask you like, how are you? And you would just perpetually be tired. Like in the initial stages, I thought like Sarah needs to get some sleep. Yeah, but then I'm like, oh no, this is like beyond physical tiredness. It's
Yeah,
like deeper than that.
right. But for me, for my burnout personally, you know what I did. I hit reset on my whole life. I charged everything. So
Yes, you did.
quit my job, moved to a different city. Yeah, love it, love it. Honestly, under the right circumstances, would recommend. I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made for myself, mentally, physically, emotionally. And
Yeah.
I'm showing up in the ways I want to, in my friendships, in my relationships. Even as like a daughter and a sister, I think all of those things have become better, just being able to properly reset and take care of myself. So,
Cheers to that.
cheers to that. Oh no, does
And
she
now
agree
drink
to
to
that? Oh,
that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. Is burnout avoidable for you?
Not always, just because of the nature of my job. Like the schedule is a schedule.
Mm,
And so if I have back-to-back overwhelming days, there's not much I can do about it. I can maybe try like the peripheral stuff, like what I do before or after work to try and catch myself. But it's not always within my control, unfortunately. What about you? Do you do anything to avoid it? If you do anything differently, or if you're able to, or if you can, like, are you able to even do anything differently to avoid it?
I have two responses. In the beginning, I couldn't do anything. Well, it would have been difficult, or it felt difficult to do anything about it, because that meant trying to find a new job again, trying to find a new living situation, like all these things. And I'm like, that feels untenable.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to cope with it. Of course, you know, me, love therapy, big proponent of it. And so we were trying to go through lots of coping mechanisms, but like it still wasn't enough. I wasn't feeling any better. Like I was managing day to day, but it wasn't enough. So I think the reset was necessary. But now that I at a better baseline, how I avoid it moving forward is being very intentional about work-life balance. And
Yeah.
also like I think I'm more intentional about like finding things that bring me joy outside of work. Not to sound cheesy, but it's true. I think I was literally just like waking up, dreading work, going to work, too exhausted and tired to do anything, and then just coming home, making a girl dinner and going to bed. Be more intentional about creating pockets of like passion and pleasure because otherwise we were just going to keep spiraling. And that's what's been helpful.
Yeah, that's so true. I saw somebody make a comment about like doing more things that are fun. Like a lot of people fall into the trap of like living for the weekend, as if like the time after work in the weekday is just, you just come home and then kind of, let that time slide and then you just fall asleep. But if you're able to like be intentional and find small pockets within the week to do something that you enjoy, I think that really helps to take the edge off
Mm.
and the monotony and the like compounding of the stressful factors. So yeah, go and see a matinee movie or go out and eat some food or walk in the park or something after or before
Oh,
work. Anyway, anything, yeah, anything that you're able to do within that small, short time after you come from work and before you fall asleep, I think that actually could be really helpful.
truly. Even if it's
Yeah.
something as simple as like I know my friend used to have like a not a paint and sip, like a not paint by number. And every day she'd come home from work, she'd take a shower, she'd eat dinner, and then she would just sit for 10 minutes, do her paint by color just to like decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yes.
something, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I encourage it. That's all I'm saying.
That's
Uh,
joy.
Burnout
Yeah.
has always been common. I do think the biggest difference now is that there's language for it and an acknowledgement. And the whole like hustle and tough it out mentality because this is just life that used to dominate is no longer a thing. And I'm really glad that's changing because who was that healthy for? Literally no one.
Literally our employers. They love that you hustle and tough it out. Anyway.
I don't think you may not always be able to change the circumstances causing your burnout, but there might be ways to cope or advice that, can point you in a better direction. And that could be from a therapist, yes, if you have access and resources, or even from a friend. Because you never know like what they had experience with or might be going through, or just like they're not in it. And so sometimes their perspective can be helpful too. Any last words, JJ?
No, I think that's great. I think yeah, find those small pockets in time to kind of break up the monotony. I think you end up feeling wound up very easily when you just fall into the trap of the day. But if you're able to find ways to just kind of bring it down just for a couple of minutes, I think that could really help on avoiding a full-on explosion or implosion, however you want to signify burnout.
This has been wonderful. I actually really enjoyed our talk.
Yeah, this was good.
And I hope you all did too. Thanks for listening. And as always, it's coming with love from Dustry. Bye.
Bye, guys.